You can't really have FOMO if you don't know what's going on. Right. So I have a kid now, so I just don't even know. I don't go to that shit no mo. You know what I
mean? The reigning CMA Entertainer of the Year is here. Luke Combs, welcome back to Country Heat Weekly.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Okay, first things first. You sat in this chair in April, and I said, I know the song is Growing Up and Getting Old, is that you should do a double album. Did you know, or did I give you that idea?
No, it was already planned at that time.
Because I was about to ask for some royalties.
Yeah. For legal reasons, it was already planned at that time.
You played it straight. Yeah. You have a good poker face.
Yeah, well, that was the hardest part about promoting that album is I knew the whole time. And people would be like, so why is it called Growing Up or whatever? And I'm like, well, because I'm growing up. But I knew that there was another part that we weren't going to say anything about, which was, it made doing interviews for it kind of difficult.
You're a good liar.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Poker face is good.
From the bottom of my heart.
I need to point out, too, we saw you at radio remotes.
Right.
For CMAs, and I think you brought it up again.
I was driving it home.
She was. Yeah. So give us the timeline of these 18 songs.
So I was writing songs for like what would be my third album, which was Growing Up. It became apparent that there was just like two very different sets of songs that were kind of showing up. Like as I tried to put together a track list for what eventually would become Growing Up. And so then I had the idea of, I had Grown Up and Getting Old, which I had teased before any of this existed. And so I was like, well, what if we call one Growing Up and we call one Getting Old? But they were so like markedly different that I didn't want to just throw them all on one big thing because then I felt like they wouldn't make any sense, right? Or people wouldn't have time to like digest
it's a lot.
all of it. It's a lot, right? You know what I mean? And I know people are doing that. Like people do that. That's kind of like the hot thing to be doing is like put a bunch of stuff out. I just still like an album still a bit. I mean, that was probably aging me. Like they're gonna be like, "You're such a boomer" or whatever. That
okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, total
no one
boomer,
thinks that.
dude.
You just turned 21. What are you talking about?
It was hard to like not tell that story when I was doing all the promo for Growing Up because it's like you want to tell that story, but you can't yet.
You have A Song Is Born and My Song Will Never Die. Was that purposeful?
No,
that just
it was not intentional.
Because I love that. It's like bookends.
The place that they're at on the album was intentional, but like the songs were not related. I didn't even think about it really until I was putting the track list together.
And then you're like, oh
shit, I've got Song Was Born and Song Will Never Die. Like,
yeah.
What?
It's so
I can plan that.
It's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure. I would love to act like that was planned out.
Goodness. Okay, so one of my favorites is The Beer, the Band, and the Barstool. Oh. It's just so like classic country, but in like your very own way.
Sure.
And I just love that song. So talk to us about that one and how that one came about.
Yeah, I had that idea in my phone for a long time. I came up with the idea based off The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was like, how do you do like The Beer, the Band, and the Barstool like this? I don't know. I just loved that title.
Yeah.
I somewhere saw A Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I came up with The Beer, the Band, and the Barstool. And I pitched it a bunch of times in like a bunch of different writing rooms, and people were just out on it. They were like, ah. And I was like, man, I think it's pretty cool. I was like, what? And so I was just kind of couldn't believe that nobody wanted to do it. But I definitely don't want to write it with somebody who's like not into it. Because then that's like they're just kind of writing it to just get it over with. And so me and Reed and Rob wrote that on the porch, and the work tape has like you hear the crickets in the work tape. It's like, and they're like super loud. It's pretty cool.
I have to tell you though, the title track really hit home to me, and here's why. So we all know FOMO is fear of missing out, but producer Jay sent a fun meme that has been going around. It's called JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Oh man,
and that's me.
Yep.
That's me now. I really like to be on the couch.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's really nice, Luke. And when I hear that song, like Growing Old, I'm like, every line in there, it was resonating. I'm like, yeah,
that's me.
JOMO, joy of
I
missing
think
out.
it's like you can't really have FOMO if you don't know what's going on. Right. So I have a kid now, so I just don't even know. Like maybe if I'm on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that person played a show in town. That'd have been cool to go to, but didn't know about it. So whatever. No, not really FOMO, just no-mo, I guess. I don't go to that shit no-mo. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. You know?
Write that down.
No-mo. Dude.
You don't write that song, you're missing out.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
everything. The album is called Getting Old, everybody. World tour's underway. 2023 is the year of Luke Combs. We are saying it, and we're speaking it into existence. Thank you so much for coming back to the
course.
Country Heat House.
Thanks for having me.
Luke.
Appreciate
Whatever
it.
you
Thank y'all.